Good. Okay. All right. So happy Monday. I had this idea. I ran it by Bree before we even went to Arizona, but I'm like, we need to have a recap Zoom when we come back. And I was just like, kind of brainstorming in my own head and running it through Bree. I'm like, all right, we need everybody who is there to just bring our top takeaways, because I feel that it really stretched our vision, and being in those rooms really mattered. And whether you were there or you were home, we're still going to bring that energy back to you so that you can be there next time. The retreat, it was only 2 days, but like so much happened in those 2 days. And I feel like each of us had a different perspective about being there, and we all resonated with something different. And really being in those rooms with people that, or with other women that are like-minded, really changes you and like just sets that fire back in you again. So we've all come back with bigger visions for ourselves and our teams. And tonight I want you all to hear real takeaways from real leaders on our team. We didn't just go to Arizona for training. We went to stretch our vision, and every person that will be on this call tonight experienced something different. And tonight we want to bring you to that room with us. So there's a handful of us that are going to be sharing tonight, and I'll pass it off to Sam, and she's going to share a little bit about what she thought.
Okay. I wrote notes because I feel like I'm going to get emotional and then be way off track. So give me like half a second. Plus, I'm
You're
trying to get the
fine.
baby in the bath. So,
Oh, you're
um,
okay.
okay. So this was my first trip. Obviously, I feel like I've known y'all forever, but this was my first time to meet all of y'all in person. And there was just something different about that, for starters, to be outside of the Zoom. Um, But the other big part of this is that this was like way outside of my comfort zone. Like, I think the last time I took a trip and traveled by myself was like 10 years ago. So this was like traveling by myself. This was ordering an Uber, which I've never done it. This was, sitting in these, trainings, and like, so all of it felt out of my comfort zone. But at the same time, like, there was not a person there that didn't make me feel like that was exactly where I was supposed to be, in the place that I was supposed to be at. Um, and so all of that made it just feel even more real and attainable, that this is possible for any of us, no matter where we're at. And I even was talking to my parents about it tonight, like how much this company truly cares, from every tiny little detail that they poured into us was absolutely huge. So it just was incredible.
Thank you, Sam. I love that. And I love that we had the time with you. And like you said, I feel like we've known you forever, and it was the first time we got to meet you. But it was so good to be there in person. Karen, Mama Karen, you're up to share just about,
All right.
yeah, go ahead.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't know if everyone knows me that's on here. I'm from North Carolina. I was originally from New York. So, but I've been here for 4 years. And if Ash would have said to me 4 years ago, you are going to go to a leaders retreat and you are going to sit at the table with Alec and sit in the office with Tarl, I would have looked at her and said, oh, yeah, okay, whatever. Then not only that, and then be on a call tonight to talk. So I just want to say how excited I am that I was there and to be here tonight and talking about this amazing company. Like I said, I've been here for 4 years, and never ever would I have dreamt that I would be in Arizona watching Alec walk through these doors and hugging all of us like it like well, I can't be his daughter. Well, I could be a sister. But he was hugging everybody, making us feel so welcome. Like we were supposed to be there. It wasn't like, oh, you're not a diamond. I'm not going to talk to you. That was not how it was at all. He talked to every one of us just like we were a diamond. And I just loved it. When we had hibachi night, he got up and he played the goofy games just like we all did. And we laughed. And he wasn't terrific at it, just like the rest of us, except for the first one that did it. She got it the first time right in her hat. But he was real. He's real. And I just was I've met him before, but this time was on a different level. And because it wasn't convention, it was more in a small setting. And he's just such a sweet person. So, and then to go to corporate and be greeted like we were, I mean, seriously, red carpet. It was insane. I mean, it was literally, I mean, I was just like in awe of how we were greeted. And then to go and sit, and you would think, okay, if you're going to go meet the founder, the head cheese, where are we going to sit? We're probably going to sit in an auditorium. He's going to be up on the stage. He's going to have a microphone and he's going to talk to us, right? No, we went in his office. Yeah, his little private office. All of us gathered in there, sat around a table, or just pulled up a chair and visited. And he gave us the goals for the next 12 years. And we want to be the number one gut health company. It just was like, wow. I mean, I talked about my grandkids. Who talks about your grandchildren to the founder? Although how big of company this is, it's crazy. But they're real people. They're not celebrities, they're real people. And they treat us like real people. So that was my takeaway, just how genuine the owners are. They're just people and really nice.
I love that,
That's all.
Karen. Yeah, like Karen said, I've met Tarl and Alex several times during different events like convention or leaders retreat on the cruise ships and whatever. But this was such a different experience, and really having that time and opportunity to sit down and talk with them. Like, they're real people too. They want to see us win. And something that Tarl stressed a lot was partnership. And that's what he wants us to be. Like, if we have questions or we have ideas or anything, he wants to know them. So, it was just amazing. Next, we have Dee, who like stepped out of her comfort zone multiple times on this trip, and it was so amazing to see. And I'm getting emotional, so I'm going to stop talking and pass it over to Dee. So take it away, Dee.
Thanks, Ash. The trip was absolutely amazing. And Ash asked me to talk about a little bit of the corporate culture and some of the, what was that? The PI.
Yeah, yeah, I can't even think now. PI.
Predictive
Predictive
index. It talks about how the kind of person you are and how we can all recognize our strengths and come together. And that was a very interesting exercise and learning opportunity that was provided for us with this training at the Rising Leaders Retreat. And it highlights you as an individual, and then it talks about how you can use your strengths as a team to bring it all together and make your team a very like a powerhouse. One of the exercises that they had us do was to kind of come up with a theme song, and our group here had picked "The Climb" by Miley Cyrus, and it talks about it starts off with a vision and a dream. And that's where it all starts, right? Is we all have a dream of why we wanted to do this. And then the motivation that comes with it, And then there's always obstacles along the way. They're never ideal, perfect conditions, and there's always something in the way. But you always have these breakthroughs, and you use your strengths to break through that. And then the dream, and to keep going and to keep going. And then you finally get to the top, and that's the climb. And it's the top is the outcome that you're looking for, but really it's the climb that made you into the person that got you there in the end. And we all decided, we came together that the climb is always different for each and every one of us, but we found that our climb is not always the same. But we climb faster together when we're together as a team than when we have to do this all by ourselves. So that was part of that exercise, and it was pretty powerful to recognize that and to learn a little bit about yourself. And then we kind of back to what Karen was talking about, going to corporate, and she was talking about the red carpet and how everybody is outside cheering for you, and they're all lined up on the balcony clapping for you to succeed and to acknowledge you as the person that you are and the hard work that you put in. And it was very, very, very overwhelming. For me, I was trying to not have a breakdown. It just shows that they are genuinely excited and encouraging you and just want the best for you. And it doesn't matter if you're 2 months in with Plexus or 2 years or 9 years in, they are all encouraging you. Every single person that we came in contact with wanted to hear from you and listen to what you had to say. And it was a very welcoming, supportive business company, and I am very blessed to be a part of it. So it was truly an amazing experience to go. So thank you guys.
So proud of you. All right. Um, Next is Mandy going to share about community because that is so much part of her story. So take it away, Mandy.
Hi, everybody. Okay, this is way outside my box. My box is here, and I'm going to be here. I'm going to try and piggyback off a little bit of what Karen and actually my sister said, about the support in the community from corporate and just how amazing to feel seen in no matter what season of your life or your Plexus journey you're in. But I want to go back just a little bit and kind of tell you about me and my seasons and what Plexus has done for me from the community as you guys. Of course, after doing the Productive Index, and I realized that I was a helper, I'm not surprised. But after reflecting, I understand, and I think I have my story as to what my Plexus is for me. And I started in Plexus, and I was in a season of my life, a busy mom of busy boys. And I was like, oh, a friend needs my help. I'm going to help her. Like, this is great. I feel great. I feel great doing this. Oh, I feel really great taking these products. Oh, hey, you want to hop in a chat? Yes. Yes, I do. And the first time being in a chat, and I don't even know if you can read the chat right now, but it's blowing up with love and support, no matter what. And I liked that. I needed that. And so then the Zoom started happening, and then in-person events. And each time, it doesn't matter who's staring back at me on the screen or who's hugging me or who's dancing with me, that support is genuine. It's real. And I don't have to be anybody else. I can be in my season. So recently at corporate, this trip of a lifetime, it wasn't just our team that was there. There were other teams there. So it was people I'd never even met before, people I didn't even know their names. And we were hugging and we were laughing and we were sharing stories and we were getting to know people. And I may not have the health journey that some other people have, but it's definitely a wellness journey. It's an emotional wellness for me journey. And at the end of those few days, I was having intimate conversations about my specific season and women who are in that same season, and sharing and caring and lifting each other up in both our personal lives and how to use this and move forward in our Plexus life. So the products are just more than some great supplements. It is health and wellness, and I am part of something that is much, much bigger. Thanks to all of you. Okay, I'm done.
Oh, Mandy. Ooh. Anyways, wipe those away. But I'm so proud of you. And this is like literally when I asked all of these girls to share tonight, they're like, what? Like, and even me 9 years ago, like, never in a million years would I be leading a Zoom call and asking them to share. So this is really big for so many of you, and I'm so proud of you. Next is Chelsea. So, Chelsea, is she still on here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, there she is. Take it away, Chelsea.
Okay. So I'm really, really not good at like the speaking part. So I literally wrote my entire thing down. So, but I won't read it word for word. I'll try not to anyway. But when they say that you never fully understand the magnitude of something until you see it with your own eyes, that's legit. Like I didn't understand how I would feel leaving the corporate office, the warehouse, the gift shop, at all. Like I didn't feel like going into this, I didn't know how I was going to feel. But leaving there, I felt so important. Like seeing so I was sorry. I'm supposed to talk about behind the scenes and how it impacted me. So when you're at the corporate office and you're at the warehouse and you're at the gift shop, we all know that there's someone behind the scenes packing the orders to be shipped out, stocking the office and the gift shop for products and items to be sold and purchased, or an office full of people running the company. But it was so much more than that. The people behind the scenes are real. They're genuine people who truly care about changing the lives of others through health and wellness, and they truly love going to work. I think that was the most like impactful part for me, was that not a single person that we talked to wasn't like, I love coming to work. Like I don't want to call off. Like I don't want to use a sick day just because I have them. Like they truly love being there, and I just thought that was so amazing. And when I was in the gift shop looking around and stuff, I got to meet a gentleman. His name was Mark, who worked there. And talking to him just made everything so much more real. And the way that he just kept, it was myself and another one of the team members that was in there, and he just kept thanking us for everything that we were doing. He just kept saying, thank you so much for what you do. He's like, without you guys and doing what you do, I wouldn't be able to do what I do. And it just like has stuck with me ever since, because not only is he thanking us, like we wouldn't be able to do our job and we wouldn't be able to help people without everyone there. And so the last thing that he had said to us before we had walked out and we were like checking and out and going up to the next room, he just said, and this is why we really are one Plexus. We are truly one team and we all work together to make this possible. And it was just so sweet, because he's just like this. He had to have been in his 60s. He's a guy with long hair. He's wearing an American flag, like eagle, like with a big old eagle on it. And he's just like, I love you all. And he had told us a story about a guy at a church who really, like, he had a rough life, and he didn't really go into detail about it, but he had talked about how coming into this company and genuinely loving coming to work and having all of these supports every single day really fills his cup up, but in a good way. So before his cup would be constantly full and he was just so tired and like just done with life and he just wanted it empty. But now he genuinely wants his cup full because of what he's able to do. And I truly did love that so much to hear. And then, so when we got to tour the warehouse, I thought that was so fascinating. I could have stood in that hallway listening to, I cannot remember his name because it was so quick. He was basically the guy in charge of quality. He like makes sure everything is what it needs to be. And just hearing about the process and how each product was created and the amount of research and work that's completed every single time, it was just mind-blowing. So he was telling us that in order to make a batch of products, it can be like a 6 to 8 hour process, but then that turnaround in order to put another batch in to make the next product is an entire day worth of cleaning. So it's every square inch of the system. It's every like nook and cranny and crevice that they have to go in and like clean. And it's an entire day just for a few hours to make the next product. And then, so I had found it really interesting knowing, so when we say our products are plant-based products, they really are, but they don't come in plants, they come in powder. So he was explaining the whole process to us on how they have to identify where on the plant the specific powder came from. So it might not always come from the same exact spot. So they have to identify every single piece of that. And it was just incredible hearing that. Like they're really smart people now because it's just powder, right? And we know what the products are going to do, but where it's coming from, I had no idea. So I truly did love that. Sorry. Let's see. I got out of what I was going to say. Oh, so when he was also talking to us about each product and the plants and everything has the same ingredients in it, but not every sample or package is going to taste exactly the same. And it was kind of eye-opening because I know for myself, I've made drinks exactly the same and they taste completely different to me. And he said that's normal. That's a thing. He says they try to get them exactly as close as they can, but they're never going to be exact. So I just put it in my head, like, not every person is exactly the same. Not every plant's going to be exactly the same. So why is every product going to be exactly the same? It just keeps things interesting. So, yeah, so I think some of my biggest takeaways was the belief grows when you get closer to the vision. And after this trip, my belief is so much stronger than I could have ever imagined for it to be. And when our goal is to be the #1 gut health company in the world, I 1000% believe that we will be the #1 gut health company in the world after this trip. It reignited a flame in me and excited me and reminded me why I finally said yes after so many times of saying no. And just being able to be there and seeing the long-term vision and hearing everyone and their goals and their visions and the mission, it's extremely possible and it's super obtainable and we can all do it. And that's the company. They truly believe in every single one of us.
You're natural, Chels.
Oh yeah, I'm sweating.
You did great. I love it. I love how you just stuck to all of that sciencey stuff that we talked about in the warehouse. And like, just like you said, every person is different and everyone, yeah. So, Mina, if you want to share a little bit about mindset, kind of what you took away from this trip, because you stepped out of comfort zones too on this trip and it was so amazing to see. Go ahead.
Hey, everybody. All right. So, first of all, I'm loving what everybody is sharing, and I want you to take a moment and I want you to drop in the chat some of the takeaways that you have right now because this is amazing stuff. This trip, I've been with Plexus for 9 years. And one of the things that I said to Tarl in his office was that I've gone on leaders retreats, I've gone to every single convention. And this trip was very different for me in a lot of ways. And I'm not a crier, but like apparently when you know, are born into Bree's team, you just become a crier because I legit was crying at school today. telling people about some of the things from this trip. So this is what I want to do. It's easy to listen to this kind of stuff and say, oh, that's nice, and oh, that's good. But what I want you to do, and bear with me for a second because I'm going to come back around to my takeaway. I want you to think about the goals that you set. Maybe it's the goals that you set in the beginning of May. Maybe it's the goals you set in the beginning of January, in the beginning of 2026. Maybe it's the goals that you set when you first said yes to Plexus. We all set these goals, right? And then what happens is we work towards those goals and we start to succeed. And then our internal self says, oh, no, 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 we can't go higher. Nope. And we have something called our internal thermostat. And our internal thermostat self-sabotages us because it says that we're not allowed to go past a certain point. And so many times we set it, and while y'all know me, I speak on mindset all the times. I've led book studies that we've done on mindset. This was different because this for me broke my thermostat. I don't know how else to say it. It broke my thermostat. And I came home and I told Tarl in his office that the next 9 years are going to look very different because I didn't say this part, but because my thermostat was broken. So this is what I want to ask you. Because the point of us sharing is not just to share about our trip, but is to get you ignited and fired up, just like we were in Arizona and just like we were flying back to the East Coast. And you're welcome, by the way. We brought the heat with us. But it's going to go away on Thursday. Sorry. So just temporary. Just get it for a couple of days like we had it. What is your internal thermostat set to? And what are you willing to do to break that thermostat? I remember when I was losing weight, when I first went to my bariatric surgeon, he explained to me that we have naturally, our body has a set weight. And that's why so many people, they'll get to a point in their weight loss and then they'll start to go back up. And then, so he explained that that set weight can be changed. And that's what happened for me. If you were on the call earlier this evening, if you've heard my testimony, you know that I've lost 160 pounds. But that didn't happen overnight. That happened by breaking through set weights that my body would stall at. Well, in my Plexus journey in the last 9 years, I've been hitting set thermostat stops that I get to a certain point with my goal and I say, that's it. I'm not ready for anything else. I can't do anything else. I've reached my limit. And then I start to cool it down. And then I go, oh, no, 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 I'm good. I'm ready. And I'm on fire again. And then I start to rise up. But once I reach where that thermostat is set, I slow down. So my question to you is, are you willing to break your thermostat to reach your goals? Are you willing to set a higher level thermostat? Because you have to change the number on that thermostat. It's not going to happen naturally on its own. And whether you hop on a plane and you fly out to Arizona or you listen to a Zoom recap, it doesn't matter. It comes from you and what you're willing to do. And I guess I had a lot of takeaways, but that was it. And I had somebody at work today. This got to me. He said to me, I was telling him, and we're not connected on social media, so he didn't see anything that I had posted or whatever, but he knew I was going out to Arizona. And he said something to me. He said, you look different. And I said, well, definitely not tan because I didn't get any color while I was out there. And he kind of chuckled. He said, no, he said, there's just something different about you. And I started telling him about getting off the bus and the red carpet. And I said, I had seen it. I had seen it in Jewel videos. I had seen the red carpet in the bus and I had seen them lined along the sides and applauding. I had seen that. While it still choked me up when I first got off, I had seen it already. You never see is what happens when you walk into the building, because that is where I think I lost it. Because when you walk into the building, that's where you saw every single employee in that building and in that warehouse and in any cubicle out and lined up along the stairs and along the loft and applauding. And if you think that that couldn't be you walking on that red carpet and into that building, I want you to stop and flip that script right now, because that is your internal thermostat. So I'm going to challenge you right now, because there are going to be more Arizona trips. Who is going to be on the next one? And what are you willing to do? And what are you willing to break in order to get there?
Oh, Mina, thank you. So good. Wendy, last but not least, Wendy. She had a very personal interaction with Alec, and I would love for her to share it and let her share her story and takeaways. So go ahead, Wendy.
Okay. So it was I think this has been my second time actually meeting Alec, but the last time wasn't this personal. We had hibachi on Thursday night, and Alex like, where should I sit? And I was like, you can sit next to me. So yeah, he sat next to me, and I think Mina was on the other side. It was just really cool to sit down and get the personal touch, like everybody's been saying. Like I asked Alec, I knew he was a farm boy, and I asked him about hunting, and you know what I mean? It just got personal. It was just fun to just sit, and it wasn't like he was like, you know what I mean, president of the company. If anybody doesn't know who Alec Tarl are, they, you know what I mean, the president and owners. It wasn't like he was way up here. Like he was all on our level, sitting there talking with us. Like they said earlier, he gave out his phone number, and we all joked. I was like, yeah, okay, it's a fake one. He's like, no, seriously. So, yeah, we all got his phone number. He told us to reach out if we have any issues. And I think that was probably one of the biggest takeaways with overall everybody that trained us, everybody that we had a guy talk to us, I can't remember his name. We got to sample a whole bunch of hydrates, and even him, he was like, if there's a certain flavor you guys are like thinking about, like shoot it my way, like because he tests all the different flavors. So we got to test multiple kinds of hydrate, which was, to me, that was super fun. So all just the little touches, and even like they plexified the house, like everything was plexus within the house, and it's not even a plexus house. Like plexus came and just pillows everywhere, and there's little plexus decals on mirrors and windows, and it was all actually like the little details, the personal touches, and just yeah, the overall one plexus and community was just it to me. That was awesome. So 100% glad I went and did not cancel my ticket because of all the issues that were going on. So, my vision is 100% bigger, and I would love for more team members to be going. And yeah, it was awesome.
Thanks, Wendy. Oop, did it work? Okay. So all of that to say, we're really all ordinary people doing extraordinary things, and going on this trip. Like what impacted me the most is realizing how big this really is. We're not building something small. Our vision is bigger than ever before. We're really attached to mission and momentum that's changing lives. And being in those rooms in Arizona really made that impossible to ignore. And I think that everyone here that was there can agree to that. There's convention is next month, like in 3 weeks, which is crazy. So make sure you're registered to that if you can go. It's June 12th to the 14th in Columbus, Ohio. So I know that we still have a few free tickets too. If anyone needs to register, message Bree or I, and we can help you out there. But really get in the rooms and go to events because they change so much. And just lean into the community. Like Mandy said, like we're all family here, and it's the community that is one of the best things that we have. So I'm super proud of all of you for jumping on here tonight. But before you go, Bree has a super secret fun surprise that she's going to share with everybody. And I am so excited. So Bree, go ahead. Because we can't have a call without Bree talking. Because
Well, I was actually thinking I don't want to talk because y'all, I am in tears and emotional and chills, even though I'm sweating to death. Like, y'all absolutely crushed it. I could go through I was even writing notes because I can't wait to message you afterwards. I am just so beyond proud of this team. It's like Mama Bear over here, just watching y'all pop in different ways and bring things back to people. And Rhonda, I love that you are on here, and Cass and Jen and Kim and Heather and Colleen. I think that the biggest thing about this is that while we were there were so many of you that we talked about, that we wanted to be in that space, that we wanted to be in that room with us. And I could go on and on about how COVID changed dynamics of network marketing, how we all kind of pulled back because we weren't doing events and we weren't traveling, and that changes now. So I know Baker just said this. If you are not at convention, if you are not registered, and you are not already on a trip or family trip, simply get yourself to convention. We will make the spaces, we will make the plays to be. I know, Kim, we know that so many of y'all wanted to be able to be there and just couldn't be. And that's the reality of this. But that's also the blessing in this, right? Like to be able to dive into the spaces and places that you're at. And so corporate called me today. This was something that was announced when I was there a couple weeks at Jewel School. And we are, because they absolutely believe in our team. They know where we are going. They see the passion that we are developing. I know that this is not going to be for everybody to be able to be here, but I'm going to share my screen with y'all. Because can y'all see this cutest little wellness bar? So this is a traveling Plexus wellness bar. I'm obsessed with it. It is not the best picture because it was actually a picture of a picture that I took while we were at Jewel School. They are starting this. There are going to be two of them. They are both leaving Ohio from convention, and they are going to tour the United States. And guess whose team is doing the very first wellness tour in Wellsboro? That would be us. So I have chills. It makes me emotional because I know how much this is going to change things for people. Literally in the planning steps of this right now, Chase Myers is kind of heading this. He called me while I was at my son's baseball game today. And I asked Baker, I tried to message her, and the wind was like, like you couldn't hear a thing. And so it is going to be, mark your calendars, June 16th. They are literally leaving convention and coming to Wellsboro. So anybody is welcome for this, y'all. Like Sam, you can fly in from Nashville. I'm dead serious about this. Bring your families. When I say that we are in the planning stages, my initial vision, and this might change a little bit, is going to be an opportunity event. If y'all have been to my house, we have plenty of space. Mina, bring the kids. You can take over the basement. I mean, seriously, whoever wants to be here can be here. Dee, I know you're already going to be kind of on the East Coast during that time. Whoever needs to come, I'm thinking we have a pool. We're going to do a big cookout. So I want you to bring your kids. I want you to bring your husbands. I want this to be a space and a place where people feel what we feel, right? Feel what we know is true in this opportunity. And so whatever that looks like for y'all, I want you to get yourselves here. Bring people that are on your team. We have had 150 people at our house for 4th of July parties. I want it to be bigger than that. We'll have an afternoon with the pool. We'll do cookouts. We'll hang out. That Plexus mobile will be here. And here's the other really cool thing about this. There is a new product coming at convention that I am trialing right now. And when I tell you that it is changing, like there are so many people already that I cannot wait to get this in their hands. We will have that here to talk about, to do things with. And so I know we've gone over. I'm gonna end it with that, but be on the lookout, start getting amped up about it. In the meantime, before then, summer is here. I know Baker and I have talked a ton about this. We're going to be doing tons of just like workshops and stuff at my house. We are traveling. I know Mina is in the works of doing something. I'm going to travel down to her. Whatever that looks like, we are back, baby. Like we are doing events, we are in person, because it does not matter if it's one person or 5 people or 50 people. It is people here in the moments, in the spaces and places. And Sam, I am coming to you. So we got it. You know, you don't have to tell me twice to come to Nashville. All right. I love y'all. Thank you so much for organizing this, Baker. Thank you for everybody talking about this. June 16th, put it on your calendars. That is less than a month away, and we've got a lot of work to do if we're going to blow this out, because here's the reality, y'all. Everybody in Plexus, like thousands of people, are going to be coming off of convention and seeing this as their first stop. And we ain't playing small in any way, shape, or form. So, all right. I love y'all. Let's do this. Have a good night, everybody.